What's up guys, we are Deanna and Phil and we are currently in Germany, and in today's video we are going to eat food waste for the entire day, and it's hopefully gonna be delicious.
Alright, so the food waste we are eating today is gonna be from cafes and restaurants in our local vicinity. So we're actually using this app called Too Good To Go. This is not a sponsored video, we just saw this and thought it was a great concept, so we wanted to try it out for ourselves today for an entire day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's where nearby restaurants, cafes, even hotels have leftover food and they bundle it up at a discounted price and sell it to people. But our goal for today is to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner and see how it goes and see our thoughts with the food and if it's worth it or not. We are gonna start off with breakfast. We noticed for breakfast, we have to order actually the day before. So if we go for breakfast, most of them are hotel breakfasts. We go to pick up tomorrow, and we can see that there's a lot of breakfast options. So we're actually gonna go with this Holiday Inn in Düsseldorf, and it says that we can pick it up from 10 to 10:30-ish, and it has a 4.8 out of 5, looks pretty good, 4.50, so we're not really exactly sure what we're gonna get. So we're just gonna book this and see how it goes and see how our breakfast is tomorrow.
All right, good morning on this fine Sunday morning, and we're going out to pick up our first batch of food right now from a Holiday Inn hotel. Curious how this will turn out, it's fun.
We really didn't know what to expect, and our goal is to figure out if the food that we ordered is worth it.
I found the hotel at least. Right into the kitchen to the chef, I assume. He's gonna be, hey chef, give me the food.
We weren't really sure where to go, but after asking for directions, we were sent to the reception desk, and the guy working there seemed to be very familiar with the process.
Morgen. Ja, ich hatte über diese App Too Good To Go so ein Frühstückspaket bestellt. Super. Vielen Dank. Ach so. Ah ja. Gerade zum ersten Mal. Super, danke schön. Ja, schönen Tag, ciao.
And the food was already bundled up and ready to go.
Alright, so that was already packed and brought to the reception. I guess they're used to doing that efficiently. And this seems like a lot actually. What did we pay for that? Like $4.50. Curious what it is, but that took like 1 minute. Pretty good. Alright, so welcome to our kitchen. First batch of food waste. That is literally how they advertise it, as food waste. And when I hear that, I'm picturing people scraping something out of a dumpster, you know, that is not properly packaged anything. But as you saw, we got this pretty big thing. Just gonna start packing that out. Wow. This bag alone is pretty heavy and has, I think, multiple things in it.
We got a lot of bread.
We got not one of these round, what looks like salad boxes, but two. Oh, it's not a salad.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Hash browns, some bacon, some sausage. Wow, they look
I did not expect that, hash browns.
And then in this one we have the classic German Frühstück bread toppings.
Yeah. We get the salami and the cheese.
Alright, we'll just rip this bag open to see what we got.
So we got 2 bread rolls, a cinnamon roll, a small croissant, and a chocolate croissant. So as expected, it is exactly what you find at a buffet. I'm a little surprised by this thing. This looks really good. And I'm just gonna start with the hash brown because, damn, I like it. They're slightly lukewarm still. So let's see.
This was all pre-packaged before we pick it up.
Very nice.
Oily, but
wanna grab a sausage? Look at this. We have little Nuremberger sausages, also lukewarm. Not too bad.
I want to emphasize that this was one order for €4.50, and we're both definitely going to be able to eat off of this. So the bread definitely, it's been out for a bit. We have our own Frischkäse, cream cheese, and Butter.
Check this out. We actually have a good selection of toppings. We're gonna put one of these nice cheeses on here. Very German. Also very German, just a salami slice.
Mortadella slice.
Ooh, and a little bit of freshness in that too.
Some peppers, a tomato.
And I feel like the highlight of this little batch is probably this like camembert blue cheese piece, which they give us a chunk too.
There's my...
Yeah, and I feel like it's almost not enough bread roll for the amount of toppings that they give you. So don't be shy with the toppings.
It's honestly not bad. $4.50. You go out to a breakfast place and get like half of this selection for at least €15 nowadays. If you go to like a breakfast restaurant. I mean, granted, we're taking it away, bringing it home, but still.
I just also saw we have a good amount of bacon in here. There's like proper bacon in here. Also still warm. You can tell, I think Breakfast buffets start early, right? They often start like 6 or 7. So I assume that's when the bread rolls were made, and then maybe the other stuff comes out later, or even multiple waves where it comes out. So it doesn't feel super fresh, but it's also not like from yesterday or anything. So to be honest, this is not like what I have in mind when food goes to waste. I think first world countries have a lot of food waste in general. If this is actually food waste, then this is proof that it's actually perfectly good food that goes to waste.
Yeah, and this feels like it would be left over at one of these hotel breakfast buffets, so they're not making anything new for this, right? I would assume. And honestly, this is a decent portion.
This is very decent. I do not ever eat breakfast this fancy, so I would give this like for the money, this is like a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I was gonna give this an 8 out of 10. For the value, for what you get, even though it's a little stale in some senses, that's not bad. Not a bad breakfast.
€4.50. Wow.
So, is it a good price, Leistungsverhältnis?
So far, yes.
Yes, I would say yeah.
This makes me excited for the rest of the day.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so for lunch, I'm sitting here right now looking at my phone, and there's this one thing I came across by Dean and David, which is this like healthier chain that is all over Germany. And there's something for midday. It's a Überraschungstüte Mittag, which means surprise bag lunch. It's the only version here. Unfortunately, this location, they have multiple, is not the highest rated, but it's one of the few options that are very short-term pickup. I also have no idea how much we're getting, but pickup from today, 2 p.m. to 2:30. Let's just do that reserve. It's a surprise bag. Yep, they're not telling you, got it. And then we pay by Google Pay. Yeah, you're a hero. Thanks for saving a meal from going to waste. Too good to go. All right, maybe later. It always gives you, I don't want to buy a parcel. I'm curious how much that is. It's very easy through the phone, and I'm not expecting too much, but we'll see. All right, we're on our way to Dean and David for lunch, and the beauty of German winter is it's not that beautiful. It's a little uncomfortable, but that's what you gotta go through to save a buck. Am I right?
And while there is a delivery section on the app, the places that delivered were very limited and mostly just grocery options. So this is us on this fine German Sunday, walking in the rain, passing the Christmas market stalls and musical performances.
We made it to the city, we found it. There it is, and now we'll see how the pickup goes.
Overall, this pickup process went very smoothly.
Hallo. Ich hatte mir diese App bestellt, Too Good To Go, ein Paket. Ich weiß nicht genau, was muss ich auch mal tappen wahrscheinlich, ne? Okay. Überraschungspaket, ne?
Ja, danke schön.
Alles klar. Nee, nur das eine.
She packed up the bags then and there, and less than 2 minutes later, we had our surprise bag of food.
Super, vielen Dank. Schönen Tag, ciao. Now we got 3 bags. I'm surprised. I'm curious what's gonna be in there. I didn't see what she was packing. Because it's so beautiful outside today, we decided to post up here and eat this in the park.
Yes, this is lunch. Thank goodness it stopped raining. But yeah, so with this, you never really know what you're gonna get, right? So we walked in there. Phil said we have this app, and she just started packing things then and there, which is crazy because if we would have walked in and bought these things regularly, I think she would have just grabbed them off the top as well.
And we would have paid full price for that.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I'll open just one of these 3. We got 3 bags. This is just a single order, so the total for this was $4.80 for this, under €5. Let's see what the first one is. All right, so first one we have a sandwich here. Ooh. So we have this sandwich. We have spinach, tomato, red cabbage, and it looks like some onions in there. Some crispy onions and some type of sauce. I'm assuming this is vegetarian. I'm just gonna give it a try. We'll see how it goes.
Not fresh. The bread is not that fresh. So maybe it was from somewhere back. We didn't really see from where she was packing the things.
She just grabbed it from the top.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw it. When we came in, there wasn't a pre-packed order or anything. She just packed it then and there. And Dean and David is a chain here in Germany. I've only ever been to them a handful of times, and mostly at the train station when my train is delayed. They're known for like salads and sandwiches, mostly, and like wraps. But that's a vegetarian sandwich, and I would give that like a 4 out of 10.
I was never there, to be honest. I never
really?
tried that. I think the sandwich itself tastes okay. The bread tastes stale though. If they would have given me this at full price, I would have been a little pissed.
Yeah.
All right, bag number 2.
Bag number 2
Let's
of
see.
3.
There we go. Another sandwich.
Ooh, avocado.
We've got another dark rye bread. There's avocado on there. There's chicken, tomato, avocado, a little bit of green stuff. So another sandwich. The bread looks very similar.
Yeah. Better? It looks good.
Definitely better because the toppings are way more on it.
Yeah.
It tastes a little fresher.
We just ate all the tomato. I'm tomato-less. But the avocado looks really good. I think the bread's not bad in this one. Tastes better.
This one's a little better.
I would give this one a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Honestly, not bad. The chicken, the avocado gives a nice like juiciness to the dried bread.
Definitely better sandwich. Still the bread a little bit stale. I see why this only has, what was this, 3.3 or 3.6 rating.
Lower rating. Last but not least, we get to see, this is like a surprise package every time. Überraschungstüte.
Is it another sandwich?
Oh, a wrap actually. Oh, this looks nice. So they did have wraps there and they looked a little better. So we have cheese, chicken, tomato, spinach, and also some type of pesto looking paste. Not gonna lie, this one looks the best. It looks pretty good, so we'll see.
I feel like that cannot be that stale, right? So all of this food is cold, which is okay, you know. I feel like this is a good worker's midday snack if you go and pick it up for lunch because it's not too heavy.
This is a lunch with all three of these. I give this an 8 out of 10, and if you don't like it, I'll take it. I'll take it if you don't want it. If you would not like this, I will eat it.
I would like this. This is good. This is definitely the best one because it has less bread ratio. So overall, if you think about it, $4.50 for 3 sandwiches.
Euros for 3 of these things. They're half sandwiches, most of them, but...
And that chain is known to be a little bit overpriced. So I wonder how much they are in general. Maybe we can put it on the screen.
I'm very happy with this one. Like if we were to get a whole bunch of dry bread, you know, I mean, it's still under €5, so it still would have been worth it. But I think with this, it makes it a good price value.
Yeah, I think they could be a little bit more filled. No, overall, not too disappointing. Yeah.
So is it a good price value? Yes, it checks the box. Good price Leistungsverhältnis.
Yeah, and if you're good old German and don't mind a little bit of stale bread, it's absolutely awesome. Okay.
And looking online at the sandwich prices, it seems that they're around €5.45 for each of the sandwiches that we got. You can see here that this is the exact chicken avocado sandwich, and the flatbreads are just under €5. So it was pretty much 3 for the price of 1, and we paid €4.80 for what would have costed just under €16. If you're okay with older bread, and even if you're not, we would say that this lunch was worth it.
All right, so it's a little after 10 o'clock at night. We ordered our food waste, and this is a little later than we normally eat, but we're about to go out in the cold winter and get our dinner.
Yes, we would by now lie on the couch, watch TV, ready to move over to bed.
But we're gonna face the city on this Sunday.
It's good. We are outside and we're on our way to a dinner restaurant. It is dark, it is cold, but it is not raining.
It's so spät.
That's a good thing. We're on our way to this place called Wukong Express. And it says sushi and noodles, which is funny because Wukong should be Chinese, sushi should be Japanese. Maybe it's a mix of both. In the end, a lot of people in Germany don't really make that connection, so Asian sounds always good to the average German.
I hear Mandarin at so many Japanese restaurants here.
We don't know if we're gonna get noodles or sushi.
Gonna be a surprise.
Hopefully not bread.
I hope it's not bread.
Yeah, we're curious.
And we make our way towards the main train station, passing through Immermannstraße, which has a lot of Japanese, Chinese, and Korean restaurants and shops. While the streets were definitely emptier than earlier, there were still some people out and about on this chilly Sunday evening.
Alright, train station area, found it. Looks kind of cool. Like we said, Wukong sushi and noodles.
And this pickup process went similar to the other two. We show the app order, and she starts packing up a bag full of food. This late at night, the restaurant was surprisingly full, with at least 8 people eating and picking up takeout. And less than 3 minutes later, we have our bag of food and are on our way home.
That restaurant is in a little bit of a weird neighborhood right at the train station where always the weirdest people hang out.
Yeah, we ended up buying 2 Fantas because it looks so good, but I'm excited for the food. It was a pretty heavy bag.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's go home, we eat it at home.
All right, we made it back in time for dinner.
In time for a midnight snack.
It's a little after 11 right now, and we're eating dinner because we had to go and pick up our very heavy bag of food. So first, onigiri.
An onigiri. So Wukong, we're sticking with the Japanese stuff.
We've got a baozi. But wait, not just one baozi, two.
Oh,
Holy
and it's warm.
smokes, it's so warm. Oh, I'm so happy. And then we saw her making this, a rice box. So there's rice and then there's chicken in here.
Oh yeah, topped with some teriyaki looking chicken.
It smells good. All right, so all of this was 4.99 euros, so 5 euros for the 4 items here. That's a decent amount of food.
And I don't think you can get a box alone for 4.99 anymore.
No, definitely not. And we were enticed by the Fanta Exotics, which cost the same amount as this entire meal, ironically enough.
€4 something with fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of sticking with like the third of the price spectrum, you know? It's like almost like get 3 buy 1. Buy 1, get 3.
We're gonna go with the baozi, this lovely little bun. Looks so good. She was packing it all up. It looked amazing.
So these are Chinese steam buns, and they're usually filled with something, and maybe they're filled with different things. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Mine is filled with some green cabbage.
And mine is meat. Oh.
Either these don't go as stale, as fast as the German bread, or they're fresher, but this is not that stale, is it?
No, this is awesome. So when we entered, it was the style where they have like the wok and the cooking in the back, and in the front was all of these like kind of fast pulling out things like spring rolls, some rice, some chicken, some buns, some onigiri was all in the front.
Put a little bit of this on a plate, maybe. It looks like dark chicken, like what you like.
Yeah, so it looks like this teriyaki chicken. This was in a pot that she was already made, and she kind of scooped some in there along with a lot of rice, I think.
Wow, good amount.
Yeah. And a lot of rice. And I just want to emphasize that every order we did today was for a single person.
Yeah.
And we are sharing it because we weren't really sure how much, you know, we wanted to kind of test it out for a single person.
Yeah.
And this is definitely enough for a single person. I would say enough for 2 people.
Okay, so this is like the highlight I was waiting for, so I hope it's good. Let's see. So this is realistically is not food waste. This is food that would potentially go to waste. But as we walk in there, and at almost 11 p.m., there are still people eating there
like
and
5 or
getting
6
normal
people.
hours and getting orders in. And you go in there with your app and you basically get from the same food that they're getting.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think this is a really good bang for your buck. This one is really good. I think the meat is still juicy and fresh-ish.
Yeah.
It is very oily, but that maybe is just part of the dish.
Like Phil said, this is food that would have potentially gone to waste. And honestly, this was a restaurant we have never been to. Wasn't even on our radar. So it's good marketing for a lot of these places. We didn't know that this exists and now we're trying it and we'll probably
Yes.
go again.
I almost forgot about the sushi part of the
The onigiri.
Wukong. And I saw these are regularly sold there for €2.50.
Okay.
But we got one in our little set here. I love to unpack them, but I'm also always concerned to rip the
Yeah,
the
don't
nori leaf. It's pretty standard from the outside, nice nori leaf.
onigiri. What kind is it?
It's salmon.
Oh, it's salmon. Wow.
So this is salmon and then some other cabbage type in there.
Ooh.
Tastes pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'm surprised.
You give it a try. Onigiri is always the question, is there a good amount of filling in there? And I think this one is just about good.
This was definitely a very tasty and satisfying evening box. Even though it's pretty late, like it's 11 o'clock later than we normally eat, totally worth it.
This is good for us and we are good eaters, especially me. So I think 2 normal people, absolutely enough. This might be the best one.
This was definitely the best one for me for today. Like, I would do this again, 100%.
So today we spent a total of €14.29 on the 3 food waste meals. I want to emphasize that each of these were single orders. This being our first time using this app, we weren't really sure of how much or what we would get, but as you could see, the portions were enough for both of us to eat off of.
This overall was a very fun day and experience and a good test because we've heard of this and we wanted to try it out. So we're trying out with you guys for the first time and I'm pleasantly surprised.
So there are a good amount of restaurants on this app. However, it requires a little bit of planning. A lot of the places you have to order a good amount of time in advance, then pick it up at either very late hours or very spontaneously like this. A lot of bakeries, mainly bakeries, and it depends on your city, of course.
And my biggest concern with this app, it's a great concept, right? We do not want to waste food. But my concern is that restaurants would start making food for certain orders. And so far, the 3 restaurants that we went to today did not feel that way. Like, this definitely was food that was already made. They were either going to serve to a customer or throw it out at the end of the day.
So maybe it starts out like that. Let's hope it stays this way. The idea is really noble, but you never know nowadays, right, what's behind the idea. Yeah, anyways. But let us know what you think about this concept, about the food that is too good to go away, going on Diana and Phil's plate and in our bellies and potentially yours. Just let us know if you think this is a good idea or not.
As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
As we're approaching Little Tokyo, which is a little Japanese expat community here in Düsseldorf, there's even Christmas decoration at the hot pot place over there. And we actually made a video here in the past, so if you want to check that out, Little Tokyo, biggest Japanese expat community, I think, in Europe.